Yes. What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Born and Levi. Thank you for coming in. Do me a favor. Hit that like button on your way in as well, too.
Ooh,
Let's get it.
that's cold.
Beat is crazy. This beat make you want to go. Just like that. So once again, Shalom. Peace and blessings to everybody. Thank you guys for coming in. Please hit that like button. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, hit the bell so you can get the notifications when I'm on, every time I'm on, like that. How are y'all doing though?
Ooh, freeze. That's cold.
Hope everybody's having a good week as we come to the wind down at the end of the week. Hey, my man Hyman is in the building. Shalom, Ak. Shalom. I seen your missed call earlier. I gotta call you back. I didn't forget you, Ak. We're just gonna let some more people roll in before I get the show started. I ain't gonna be on too long. I always say that, right? It's like I say that every week, but I ain't gonna be on too long. Trust me when I say this. This is why I'm up so I'm on so early. I'm never on and it's still daylight. I mean, my schedule is crazy.
Looks like you lost another one.
But we're gonna get into it. Topic: running to God when all else fails. We're gonna talk about it. Just a little bit. We're gonna talk about it. Hopefully we have some time where you guys could call in and chime in and have a conversation. We'll talk about it. Right? Once again, shalom to everybody who's coming in. Right? Bless you all. Right? Shalom. I'll just read it off. Read me. A Benjamite sis. For the love of a higher, shalom. Hyman, Sheree, shalom. Moderator, okay. Okay. Read me says, brother, there is a pastor, Tito, in South America. I pray and I hope so much for him to find this church. Well, if you're in contact with him, send him the link to our, to our main church channel, a Gathering 144, right? But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Shalom, shalom. Thank you all for being so generous and hitting that like button as well too. I appreciate it. We gotta drive the algorithms. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not being supported by the world, so We gotta find a way to get this message out there. And it's only gonna be through you guys. That's the only way this message is gonna spread. You know, subscribers, the algorithms, the likes, the comments, the talking, the chatting. You know, YouTube like these kind of stuff. Like, so when they see a lot of activity on a page, they're gonna push it because that's just the way algorithms work. So a lot of activity, YouTube is looking at like, okay, I can make money off of this channel. Let me push their stuff. So, but our agenda is for what? Kingdom purposes only. Right? I had to drop the air horn for that. So, and I've been so lazy. I haven't even programmed any new sounds yet, but I'm gonna get to it. Trust me. Trust and believe. Right? But we're gonna get right into it. Right? Shalom, Joe. Shalom, Kim. I see you. Shalom, SY Pro Studio. Everybody, if y'all can too, go and subscribe to my sis page, man. She's doing you know, vlogs and stuff like that. She did a wonderful vlog, Passover vlog. So go check that out if you guys can too. Aktazalak, Shalom. What's going on, Ak? Mr. Fringes. Right. Yeah. 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 All right. That's enough of that. But shalom, peace and blessings to everybody who is in here right now. If you guys can, please share the link with your family and friends that I'm on. Let them know that I'm on, and continue to hit that like button. Appreciate it. Right? We're going to get right into it today. Right? Topic of discussion. Topic of discussion. Running to God when all else fails. Interesting topic, right? Running to God when all else fails. But we're going to get into it. I'm your host and your brother, Born of Levi. And you're now tuned in to the Born of Levi experience. Let's get it. So yes, shalom, peace and blessings to everybody who's on right now. Thank you guys for coming on. Give yourself a round of applause, right? For coming in so early. Like I said, times is changing for me right now. Still got some daylight. Over here in New York City, the weather was kind of nasty, kind of disgusting, right? But it is what it is, right? Raining. You guys already know, or if you don't know, they got a whole lot of weather manipulation going on. I mean, we in spring, but you know, the devil gonna do what the devil gonna do, right? But we can't watch and focus what the devil gonna do because we got a kingdom to bring forth. That's right. Right? So praise the Most High for that. Praise the Most High for that. So, like I said, the topic of discussion, running to God when all else fails. And I titled this stream that way for a reason, because a video that I came across earlier this week, and it made me think about it. And of course, you guys already know I'm gonna show y'all the video, right? But I just want to talk about this topic because it seems as if people, or just everybody in general, no matter what race or culture you fall under, it's like when things are going good, right? No, there's no complaints, right? You just living your life carefree. But when things is going bad, oh Jesus, or God, please help me, right? that's just the way mankind is wired, I guess, right? We don't think about the Most High when we're doing good. But when things are bad, he's the first one we call on. And not only that, we also blame him as well too. People blame him for why things are going wrong. So we're gonna talk about it just a little bit, right? Because I just want this broadcast to just gauge people's minds to not just think about the Most High, right? When things are going bad, it's like people want to use the Most High as a quick fix, right? It's like he's the lifeline in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Phone a friend or call the Most High when things are like, and people would call their friends first before they call the Most High. They will use that lifeline before they use the lifeline with the Most High. But it's like people wait till they hit rock bottom to be like, all right, you know what? Let me get myself together, right? Real quick, I want to give a shout out to one of my sponsors of this show, right? If you guys could see my shirt, let me stand up because this microphone, right? Here you go. Break the Cycle. One of the brothers in the body, brother Casey, right? If you on Shalom, or if you see this, praise the Most High for you, man. So, the water for the shirt, supporting my brother, Break the Cycle. He did a wonderful and powerful presentation. He actually was called a TED Talk. He did a TED Talk. That's like big, right? A lot of people go there and talk about certain things they want to talk about. But he went up there and he spoke about I'm drawing a blank, right? Mental health, you know, the what was it? The self-destruction of the things that goes on in our neighborhoods, right? Or I forgot the exact title. But basically speaking about the destruction that happens in minority in our communities, and we don't talk about it, right? How these things, how we have regressed or repressed memories from our trauma from our neighborhoods growing up, and that causes us to be raised and become certain people as we get older, right? So he did a powerful presentation on that, um, and his brand is Break the Cycle. Break the Cycle. So Shalom for the sponsor for the shirt. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to sponsor this show, right, you guys could send me some stuff and I could promote your stuff and I could, shout y'all out and all this stuff. But nonetheless, we're gonna move forward, right? So we're gonna talk about it. Like I said, it seems like as if when everybody in the world, or from the rich and famous to even to the poor and lowly man, right? When the rich and famous, when they hit rock bottom, they want to turn to the Most High, or whatever they feel is the Most High. For us, or for the poor, you know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't think for the poor to hit rock bottom, but yeah, when the poor hits rock bottom, they turn to God, right? So do we do and that's the question. Do we actually only run to God or to the Most High when when everything else in our lives fail? And I'm gonna start it off by saying I believe that's just a natural thing that mankind does, that people do in general. I'm gonna start it off by saying yes, that's what people do. People run to the Most High or run to God when things in their lives are not going right. And the thing is, do we think that that's fair? Do we think that the Most High agrees with that? Do we think that the Most High feels like that's okay? It's like we pimping the Most High. It's like we using him for our convenience, our luxury. And I was thinking, and that's something that I always reflect on because, of course, with this life, right, things could always come up. Work, school, right? Uh, Certain entertainments, TV shows, video games, whatever it is, right? Sometimes we put a lot of emphasis on these things, these portions of vanity in our lives, and we forget about the Most High. And we don't usually think about the Most High until we're winding down, laying down, like, oh shoot, oh, thank you, Father, for everything that you've done for me today. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you. And we do like some quick fix prayer. Like not and not and throughout the whole day we didn't even think about him. Right. So we gotta start to train our minds to acknowledge him in everything that we do because he's the reason why we exist. Right. So years ago, you guys remember an artist, and I'm talking like he's no longer with us or like no one knows about him anymore. But years ago, you guys remember an artist that goes by the name of R. Kelly. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say his name on this show. Robert Kelly, right? Mr. R. Kelly. And this guy brought us lots of timeless music, right? Right. But then, he got into some trouble, right? Dealing with underage uh women, right? Went to court, all these allegations. I remember when these things was happening. I think I was in high school when these things was happening. Right? Went through all these allegations and right? And he beat the case. He beat the case, right? Not guilty, right? I want to show this. After he beat the case, right? My man goes and this is really a prime example of what I'm talking about. My man goes and make a song called "You Saved Me." This song came out in like 2004, right? After all of the allegations and what I'm saying, being charged with rape and child molestation charges, right? He went through that, he beat the case, or in the midst of him making the case, he creates a song, "You Saved Me." Yes, you saved me. But where were you when you was making songs? When you made songs with Cassidy, girl, you wanna come to my hotel, right? Y'all remember that song? Y'all and all of the other nasty songs he was doing, because that's a nasty brother. I'm sorry. He made some nasty music, right? And he also made some good music too. He made some timeless music. But you know, so after he beat the case, he made a song, "You Saved Me." So it's like, is that is that how we feel about the Most High? Why did it take you to go through something like this to make a song called "You Saved Me"? Why couldn't he have made music like that off the bat? And you see, and this is what I'm talking about. Do we only run to the Most High when everything else fails? It seems like that's what we do as a people, especially our people, right? The children of Israel, right? 12 tribes, right? That's what we do. It's like we run to him, right? Mr. Kelly, you're going to jail, right? And you're never gonna see the light of day. Oh yeah, please don't do that to me. Save me. And he made this song. And this song was a nice song. It's a very nice song. But now I'm starting to question, did you even mean it? Because you made this song, "You Saved Me," right? You got saved out of whatever trouble you was out of. Then fast forward, right? They had this man, they had this man on with speaking with Gail about how he was back at it again. How this guy was he had like they were saying that he had a harem, a dungeon, right? Just holding sisters against their will. I don't believe that he was doing that. I don't believe that he was doing that. Okay? I don't know for sure. I know something was going on, but they was paying him to be some kind of crazy maniac, psychopath. I'm just saying he could be all those things, but I don't know. I'm not there, so I can't speak on that man's behalf of what they was going. But the way they was grilling this man, and you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. All right, fair use. So he was cleared. You saved me. This guy made the song, You Saved Me. A couple of years later, okay, I'm saved. All right, good. I'm good. Coast clear. All right, they not watching. Boom. Yeah, again. Let's look at this. Huh? Fair use. If they gonna play.
So hard to believe that based on all that we've read.
I'm gonna tell you something, Gail.
There's one thing.
I'm gonna tell you
What the women said about you.
What women said about me. What women. So no
Interview you'll see only on CBS this morning. The two
they
women
won't play the
told
whole
us.
thing. I should have went on YouTube to get it. What they said about me? Because I think that was the funny part where he was gonna say something. I think he was gonna say something like, "Oh, they are gonna play." Hold on, let me see. I want to get to where he's talking. I don't care.
There is nothing inappropriate about their arrangement with the 52-year-old singer.
That's another lie.
Pushed him on the issue.
Fair use.
she started promoting that Joycelyn could sing, and she was a singer, and she's trying to be a singer, and wanted me to produce her or whatever. I said, well, let her sing. She sang and she couldn't sing.
But how does it go from she can't sing, you don't think she has a talent that you like, but she ends up being with you, spending
Because I'm
time
not
with you,
with her
living
for her
with you?
talent. When I saw her on stage, nothing about her told me she sing. I don't have
Okay, so he's explaining how he got with these women, and I do believe that he was trying to help these sisters out because of course they see him, Grammy Award winner, all this stuff. They trying to get put on. A lot of sisters, they want to be in the industry. They want to, they want to sing. They want to do their thing. You get connected with, you're a pretty girl. You get connected with R. Kelly. And what I'm saying is it has to be a mutual exchange. Do I believe it was a mutual exchange? Yes, it was. But I feel like they used this to destroy him. And this guy was getting destroyed left and right. And the poor man, and I to this day I still can't believe that he can't read and write and stuff like that. It's mind-boggling. This guy made some of the most beautiful songs and some of the nastiest, right? And he can't read, he can't write. It's crazy. So I do believe that the oppressors, they knew what they was getting, what they had with him. Because how was it that this man making all multi-million dollars brought to mere nothing in jail somewhere, right? But before all of that, you saved me, right? So now why is it that our people, why is it that we gotta go through that? Why is it that we have to wait till we hit and rock bottom, or basically our back is against the wall to be on some God save me, please help me, remember me, right? Yeah, so once again, shalom to everybody who's coming in. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button. And if this is your first time on this page, please subscribe, right? I appreciate it. It's going to help me to help you. That's the new slogan. I should make that a shirt. Don't steal it, guys. I'm watching y'all, right? But I wanted to read the scripture, right? Because the Most High, and this is why I love about the book that we call the Bible, our book, our history book, right? This is one thing that I love about this book. It highlights everything that we see going on in this earth. Things that we weren't aware of was happening, right? And until the Most High shows us, like, oh shoot, we was going through this the whole time, right? But look, I'm in the book of Jeremiah. I'm not going to read too much of it, but Jeremiah, the 13th chapter. Listen. And I always say, for those of you guys who's listening, if especially if you don't really believe in the Bible, well, I don't want to say that. But if you want to know or understand how the Most High feels, read the prophets. It'll show you exactly how the Most High feels. A lot of people feel like the Most High don't have feelings. Oh yeah? So he don't have feelings. You don't even read his word to know that he don't have feelings, right? But the Most High nonetheless does have feelings, right? And this is why I said, do we think that it's fair? Like the Most High, think it's fair that we only come to him when we need stuff, right? So look at this. I'm in Jeremiah 13. Listen to this clearly. And this scripture right here is gonna sum up this whole show almost. Right? Look at this. Jeremiah 13 and 15. Hear ye and give ear. Be not proud. So the Most High is saying, for the Most High have spoken. Give glory to the Most High, your power, or the Lord your God, before he cause darkness, and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. So this is a lot of us, bro. Like this scripture is really a lot of us, to be not proud and to remember to give him glory before you fall into darkness, before your feet stumbles. And this is a result of what we see when people are crying at the end of the road, when your back is against the wall and there's nothing for you to turn to. The Most High calls you to go into darkness and to slip and fall, and now you want to turn and say, "Yo, please remember me." But he's given the warnings right here. Give glory to the Lord your God before he causes darkness, and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. And while ye look for light, when you're looking for an answer, he turn it into the shadow of death. Yo, and make it gross darkness. So this is for all of us. It's not for them, not for the people who's suffering right now. We're all suffering, but we all got to remember this scripture too, right? Verse 17, it says, "But if ye will not hear it, my soul shall weep in secret places for your pride." So it's gonna hurt the Most High because he knows that, like, yo, I could destroy you, bro. Like, I can really Thanos you. Like, for a lot of you, Avengers. If y'all seen the movie Avengers, Thanos, and just to put it out there too, Thanos. Like, yeah, when y'all look at these, I'm going somewhere else, right? But I'm sidetracking. But listen, hear me out though. When y'all watch these Marvel movies or these movies about superheroes, it's always depicting the Most High is the fight between good and evil. Right? For years growing up, we thought that the superheroes were the good guys fighting against the bad guys. Oh my gosh, there's an alien invasion. Avengers assemble. Let's attack him. Yeah, kill him. Let's get him out the way. Right? But what is that really depicting? It's really depicting, or what the nations are showing is, there is going to be an outside force to come into the world. Right? To put an end to the wickedness on the world. But it's going to be some on this earth that's going to want to fight against the Most High to stop him from trying to change the world. That's the Avengers. They're trying to stop the outside threat. The outside threat is the Most High. So Thanos in some way was supposed to symbolize the Most High. Because why? What he wanted to do? He wanted to revert the world back to its original state. He wanted to destroy humanity like he did in the flood. Remember that? And start new. That's what Thanos wanted to do. But anyways, right? Let me go back. Verse 17. "But if you will not hear it, my soul shall weep in secret places for your pride, and mine eye shall weep sore, and run down with tears, because the Lord's flock is carried away captive." Because in all actuality, guys, we're not supposed to be in this state. When the Most High is looking at his people right now, we're not supposed to be in the predicament that we're in right now. We're not supposed to be. It's not. Right? But we're in this situation because we fail to give him his glory. We don't acknowledge him. Right? So that's why he let these things happen. That's the reason. For every action is a reaction. Every cause there's an effect. Right? Verse 18. "Say unto the king and to the queen, humble yourselves. Sit down, for your principalities shall come down, even the crown of glory." Right? So let me jump down, right? And he goes in verse 19, "The cities of the south shall be shut up, and none shall open them. Judah shall be carried away captive." And we are living that prophecy currently, right? Judah shall be carried away captive, all of it. shall be wholly carried away captive. Right? This is what I want to. I want to get to this part right here. Verse 21. What wilt thou say when he shall punish thee? For thou hast taught them to be captains and as chief over thee. Shall not sorrows take thee as a woman in travail? Right? Now, this is where I really want to get. He says, I'm going to just keep reading because all of it is good. He says, and if thou say in thine heart, wherefore come these things upon me? For the greatness of thine iniquity are thy skirts discovered, and thy heels made bare. So now, he's the Most High saying, one day we're going to be like, yo, how come I'm going through all of this? It's like I can't win. I'm always taking L's. I'm always losing. Yeah, because of your iniquities. We are failing to acknowledge the one who's allowing this to happen in our lives. And this is the reason why we run to the Most High God when everything else fails, right? But it shouldn't be that way. He's saying in this chapter that it shouldn't be that way. We got to humble ourselves, right? That's what I wanted to get that part right there, right? We have to understand that it is he who created us and not we ourselves. So let's get into it, man. So when we see things like this happen, right? When we see brothers now, see, your hands up pleading on national TV. It wasn't me. I didn't do that stuff. That's what he was talking. Yeah, I shouldn't be making fun of him, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Make fun of him. I didn't do this stuff. That's why. The Most High prophesied it in Jeremiah 13, right? So now, to the video that actually made me think about this topic for today, right? What video did I watch? Okay, let me show y'all. For some of you guys, because you know I grew up a basketball fan, right? Die hard. You know, playing basketball on the basketball team, playing ball every day after school, watching NBA games and keeping up with all the players. Now in this day and age, I'll be watching NBA game like I'll try to watch an NBA game and it'd be like it'd be everybody on the court. I don't even know who it is. Like I'm so out of touch. It'd be looking like I'm watching a college game and it's really an NBA. But anyways, right? There was a basketball player in the early 2000s by the name of Dante West. For those of you guys who are avid or who were avid basketball fans or watchers, and if you still are, you know who I'm talking about. You know Dante West, right? So I seen this video from Dante West and it kind of broke my heart, man. I'm like, dang, look at this brother, man. In his prime, this art was different, like just single-handedly taking over games, right? Right. So let's take a look at this video. This is the video that inspired me to have this topic, right? And mind you, this was Dante West, superstar, right? All-star, superstar, right? $1 million contracts, played on several teams and did really well with himself. Played on the Cavaliers with LeBron but let's look at this like this and now. But this is a recent video. This is him in 2022, right? So let's take a look at this.
Just want to say this is the biggest blessing of my life at this moment. For all we have is this moment. Our next all we have is this present moment, and this is my gift from God, and He has prepared me. Thank God, friends and family, and the league, and the big three, and I definitely Mr. Cuban, Mark Cuban, and Players Association, and Jason Williams and the Rebound family down in Florida. I thought I was ready to give up on myself, not on anyone else, but I learned that sometimes God removes things from you, to show you what you have.
You hear what he said? He said sometimes God will remove things from you to show you what you had. So this brother having experience. You see now you see where I'm going with this show, right? Let me play that back again because listen to what he's saying because he's been through some stuff.
God remove things from you, to show you what you have and who you are. And going to the rebound facility, I was in church every Sunday. Something I didn't do the whole time I was in the NBA. And a Bible study with Curtis Martin. And it's prepared me for this present moment. And this is my gift. I can't wait. We had a great time with the young fellas out here, teaching the game as I was playing. And I can't wait to go and show what I can do.
So, y'all heard that, brother? He said some powerful stuff, man. He said, sometimes God, the first thing he said that stuck. So, when I was watching this, I'm like, yo. Because I remember Dante West. I remember what he used to do on the court. This guy was bad, like, unguardable. This dude, unguardable. And then he went through several things in his career, and then he ended up losing, his NBA contracts and having to actually work at I think it was Home Depot. And this guy made millions, bro. Then actually ended up being homeless. And then he's speaking about it so the world could see. He said sometimes God would remove things from you so you could see what you had. And he also said, when he was he was enrolled in a program, he said he was in church every Sunday, even though, we know that's not the right day, but he's that the Most High has grace and mercy for what he know at that time. That's what he knows. So he felt that was the right thing to go to church every Sunday. And he said, that's something that I didn't do the whole time I was in the NBA. And this is exact, and then that struck a nerve for me. I'm like, wow. Here he is, somebody who was at a higher regard in life, and the Most High stripped him of everything, and he was able to acknowledge that and be like, you know what? Something ain't right. I know it's not anything else around me. It's me. So he took accountability, right? He said there's something. He said I was going to church every Sunday, something that I was not doing when I was in the NBA. So this video struck a nerve with me, right? So look, I'm gonna play this next video, right? Fair use, right? So, like I said, he fell on some hard times. And in his speech, you could tell he's convicted. That's one of the things he pointed. Like, he didn't have to say that while they're interviewing him for a Big 3 tryout, which is a 3-on-3 basketball pickup game. And most likely he will get paid for it. So I know he's more than grateful to be able to be in that position coming from where he came from, right? So, every story got a backstory. So look, let's take a look at this real quick. I'm just trying to paint the picture, right?
Because he had a speech impediment, was light-skinned, biracial with red hair, and looked different from everyone else, he was an easy target at school. He was teased for having big ears, a mole on the back of his head, and for the birthmark below his lip. For years, all he could hear was the sound of other kids laughing at him, but he internalized the pain. He told the Post, "I took all that and put everything into basketball. You can't laugh at this on the court." In the 8th grade, he hurt his leg, and since he was unable to play basketball...
And look how they put that. Making a deal with God. And you see, this is why, you can't just make a covenant with the Most High and not expect the Most High to not, hold you accountable to it, no matter what level you at. Because, like I said, the Most High looks at the intent of the man's heart. Depending on what you know what I'm saying? Don't make a vow to the Most High unless you're gonna be ready to fulfill it. So it says he made a deal with the Most High, right? Let me play it back up just a little bit. Right?
That and put everything into basketball. You can't laugh at this on the court. In the 8th grade, he hurt his leg, and since he was unable to play basketball, he stopped going to school. His mom sent him to live with his father in rural Louisa County, Virginia, and that's where Delante said he experienced his first spiral downhill. He told the Post the smallest things would bring him to his breaking point, like the time he couldn't afford to go on a trip with his basketball team. He made numerous unsuccessful attempts to leave this earth and found himself in and out of children's hospitals and surrounded by other adolescents who were going through similar struggles. Looking back on the situation, Delante said, "I was basically crying for attention." During one of those long nights in a hospital, he made up his mind and decided it was time for him to make his transition and leave this world. But instead, something made him drop to his knees and pray. He made a deal with God. "You help me survive this and someday play pro basketball, and I'll make sure I glorify your name."
Y'all seen that? Y'all heard that? He made a deal with the Most High. He said a prayer.
From the facility about a month later. From there, things in his life instantly fell into place. He enrolled
So he made a deal with the
From
Most
there,
High,
things in his life
right?
During one of those long nights in a hospital, he made up his mind and decided it was time for him to make his transition and leave this world. But instead, something made him drop to his knees and pray. He made a deal with God.
The deal he made with God was, you help me survive this and someday play pro basketball, I'll make sure I glorify your name. And that's a quote. That means he actually really did say that. So from the time he got drafted into the NBA, right, he was supposed to be glorifying the name of the Most High, or whatever he felt God's name was. But he knew who he was talking to, right? And then it says from here, everything fell into place. He actually did get drafted, right? The college he went to St. Joe's. He played with Jameer Nelson, another pro basketball player who was really good at his time, right? And those two, they was killing it, bro. But he made a deal with the Most High. He said, look, if you get me out of this situation, because like he had a life of depression, getting teased, all this stuff, whatever the case is, trying to commit suicide and all these things. And you know what? He, on his deathbed, after hurting his leg and trying to take his life again, he's like, yo, if you get me out of this situation and you make me go into the pro basketball league, I will glorify your name, right? And he got drafted, right? Let me just show y'all this. Let me show y'all.
You help me survive this and someday play pro basketball, and I'll make sure I glorify your name. He made it through the night and was released from the facility about a month later. From there, things in his life instantly fell into place. He enrolled at Eleanor Roosevelt High School in Greenbelt, Maryland as a sophomore and eventually became the Washington Post's All-Met Player of the Year. He was recruited by a few colleges, but ultimately decided to attend St. Joseph's because it had a family atmosphere. He played alongside future NBA All-Star Jameer Nelson, and as a junior, he helped lead his team to an undefeated regular season and a run in the 2004 NCAA tournament. Delante was known to call the team's assistant coach at midnight and ask to be let into the gym, create the kind of childhood he always dreamed of. He purchased every veteran player. Gary Payton wasn't the only reason the Celtics drafted him. According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, the team was impressed by Delante's psychological testing and said he was off the charts in terms of his competitive instincts.
All right, so, after that, he gets drafted. He plays in the NBA for a couple of seasons. Then, his story just takes a downturn, a downhill spiral from there, right? But we can't skip over what he said. He made a deal with the Most High, like, yo, you make sure you get me, and this is the reason why I wanted to make this show today. Running to God when all things fail, when all else fails. Then we have an example of that right here. Talented brother, right? Played in the NBA, right? He remembered the Most High in his lowest estate, and then when he got to the NBA, he forgot about all that. So what do you think the Most High did? Took everything away from this brother, man. Right? And as you can see in the last interview, he actually humbled himself and was like, yo, you know what? It's my fault. Right? He's saying, oh, yo, I got to thank God for this opportunity. Something that he didn't do. He forgot his promise that he did. He should have been doing that from the gate. But this is the video I seen earlier this week that inspired this show, man. Right? So a lot of us go through stages in our lives where we up, like, you know what I mean? Everything is going good, money is coming in, you got the nice car, you got the house, you got everything. But what if the Most High takes it away? Will you then at that point be on some, you know what? I should have been thanking the Most High more, man. I should have been giving him more praise. I should have been helping the poor more. I should have been. And that's the thing. The Most High is looking at us like, yo, why you got to let it, or why do we have to let it get to the point of where he strips us of everything for us to humble ourselves? Right? Look, he said that before. I'm gonna go into in Deuteronomy. I'm in excuse me. Where am I? I want to get this scripture. Right? Because the Most High did prophesy this about the children of Israel, right? Saying what we were not to do when we come into the land, right? Why does it keep doing this? Let me go into Deuteronomy. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta get this scripture because it's coming to my mind. No, it's not this. All right. Deuteronomy. Oh man, why I can't find it? I'm losing my precepts, y'all. I'm gonna find it for y'all. Trust me. I don't want to get too far gone. But where is the scripture where the Most High was telling the children of Israel through Moses, be mindful, because when you come into the land, right, and you come into a land that's fully furnished, houses that you built not, all these fruits that you planted not, and you kick back and you good. He said, be not high-minded, but fear, lest you forget the Lord your God, right? I want to read it. I got to find it. All right. Here it goes. Is it this? And if y'all see it before I find it, put it in the chat so I can get it, because my precepts is off right now. But I know it was in the Old Testament. But yeah, this is what the Most High was trying to save us from, because he know the kind of people we are, right? He knows that we are kind of people, when we get stuff, it's like, Most High, God, who's that? You see this Lambo right here? I'm good. Like, what are you talking about? Yo, you see this watch right here? I'm good. Right? Prime example of that. Here we go. I got some videos for y'all, man. Prime example of that. There you go. Fair use, y'all.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, limited edition AP, all factory.
Tell
1.8 million right here.
Tell them.
The $20 bills section.
The $20
They
bill.
call this the Andrew Jackson section.
Hold on. But this man said, this is the $20 bill section. Like, what? I mean, I have a $20 bill in my pocket. This man said this is the $20 bill section. Like we're supposed to relate to that. we're supposed to understand that what's going on. To each his own, right? Go ahead.
I like to call it wallpaper. 200,000 in 20s. I heard in the song you can get the biggest Chanel bag in the store if you want it. Well, it's the biggest Chanel bag in the world. I got this bag from Karl Lagerfeld. R.I.P. May he rest in peace. Money getting motherfucker like myself, always showing out, always talking shit.
Excuse the language. I ain't know he was gonna be cursing that crazy.
Light 1.8 million. You know how it is. Check.
Light. He said light 1.8 million. Light. Yeah, that comes easy, right? I mean, I've never seen that before, but you know. It's light work.
Check it out. Let them know it's all hundreds. Money made all motherfucking day. Still right there.
Ooh, hold on, let me get. Oh shit.
Man, it's still right there.
Oh shit.
That's a check. It's flaunting. See, and you know, you got the money counting machine. I don't want to play too much. This guy cursing too much crazy. This is a family show, right? This guy cursing mad crazy. Hopefully he calm down.
Vacation for 30 days. I take 30 watches with me.
For 30 days, I take 30. Whoa, hold on. We gotta break this down because I've never I've never heard no one say that. What? Hold on. What?
For 30 days, I take 30 watches with me.
What?
But you know what? You know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I say, fuck it.
All right, that's it. This guy's going crazy. Right? If he go on a 30-day vacation, he not just bringing 2 watches, not 3 watches. I got 30 watches for each day of the month. And matter of fact, if we stay 10 more days, I got 10 more watches. So now the question is, can a brother I wanna hear what y'all think. And Hyman just said he knows he's Israel too. I believe that. Without a doubt in my mind, I know he knows. A lot of them know, but they ignore it. Right? Like the Most High say. Their pride goes before giving him glory. So now the question is, do y'all believe that a brother like this, right? Flaunting, you got all this money, you know what I'm saying? You flashy. I'm saying like you could be flashy. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I don't care. He could do that. Some people might run across this video and be like, oh, this brother's hating, yo. You just mad because you broke. Nah, I'm not broke. I don't store my riches on earth. My riches is in heaven, right? The kingdom, right? The Most High make sure I have food, shelter, and raiment. And now, in actuality, I'm rich, right? But anyways, so a man who's in his, in his estate, right? Making all this money, right? Now let's say, just to throw this out there, let's say the Most High takes all that away, and his thing is he's at zero, flat broke, right? And now his back is against the wall, and now he's on some R. Kelly flow. You save me, or please save me, help me. Should the Most High? Should the Most High help him? Like you think he should receive help, some kind of help? Because in his life he had good things. I mean, you had a watch for every day of the month. Like I don't have that luxury. I have 2 watches. I have a watch for work, and I have a watch, and it's not even a real watch. It's an Apple Watch. Not even a real watch. So I got 30 watches plus 10 more for an extra 10 days. So like a brother that falls on hard time like that, you guys believe that? Do anybody believe that would humble him? Put it in the chat right now. Do y'all think if a man like that was to lose everything, would that humble him? Right? I just want to know what you guys think. Because I don't see, but this is why Christ said it himself. He said what? Hardly. Oh, Shalom, Lascelles Williams, Lascelles. The Most High, Christ said, hardly will a rich man enter into the kingdom. Hardly. It's going to be almost impossible for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. Because why? We got to put it like this. You rich, you got everything you want. You're not really, I'm saying you actually in your kingdom. You're not really looking for anything. You understand? You're not really looking to be helped, because if you need groceries, you go buy it. You want to buy this car, you go buy it. Anything you want, I go get it. You see the self-glorification. I. But for us, a lot of the things that we looking for, we go to ask. We ask the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High, He provides. He provides. So now, a brother like that, does he see can a brother like that see the need of following and being obedient to a God, or to our God, to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Does he need to be obedient to him? Because why? Us following the Most High is with the promise of receiving everything, the kingdom. So now a man who already has received everything in this life, what is the Most High gonna do for him? You guys get what I'm saying, right? The cell says, let's go to the comments, right? Benjamin says, just pure foolishness and ignorance. Yeah, I would say so, right? The cell says, nah, that is too far gone. We could say that, but nothing is impossible for the Most High. But at this point, I don't know, bro. This guy looking like, what he in his mind, what can the Most High do for him? Right? Adam without the Eve says, for sure, it has to go like that in order for many to repent. That's a fact. That's a fact. Miss McKinney says yes, right? Hyman says maybe, right? Jamie Hampton says it depends on his mindset. It does depend on his mindset. Because but believe it or not, the Most High break you down to the point of homelessness, you're gonna get humbled. There's no way you could still be prideful and broke. That's what? Right? That's crazy. So now we got that brother. I want y'all to see this now. Now, what we looking at is the home. Well, I'm not even say the home. The estate of a rapper named Rick Ross. Right? Look how big this joint is, bro. This joint look like a dang resort, bro. Let's keep going. Look at all of that land, and behind the land, it looks like The beat playing. So look at this thing, man. Can, what would any of you guys do with a house this big? What would you guys do with this? I'm just curious. What would you guys do with property this big? So now, do y'all think that when he goes home or whenever he's there in that home, you think he goes in there and reflects on the Most High? I mean, we can't really say. We could only speculate. It's okay. We have the right to do that. Ain't no harm in speculation, right? But a man who's living like this, you think he's waiting for the kingdom to come? y'all, do y'all think so? Y'all think a man that's living like this is waiting for the kingdom to come? Because that's what we're waiting for, right? I'll take 2 steps and I'm in my kitchen. I mean, I want more than that. This man probably got to take one of them electric scooters around the house, like, just to get around, bro. Like, so you think a man like that, who's living like this, luxurious, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with living like that. There's nothing wrong with having wealth. There's nothing wrong with having vanity. That's the Most High allows us to have a certain amount of vanity in this life. But when that vanity overtakes you acknowledging the Most High, that's when man is in error. So it's okay for him to have this kind of house, right? But do we believe that a man who's living like this is waiting for the kingdom? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say he's not waiting for the kingdom. This is his kingdom. Because a lot of these people cannot, they can't fathom going back into regular lives, into regular population, right? If some of these people was to look at our paychecks and say that they would have to survive on that, they probably would say to themselves, how can I do that? I can't. But yet we doing it. So like what? How, like what? Yo, I mean, we surviving, right? We making out good, right? We eat. I don't look like skin is hanging off my bones. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So now, like, when these things are stripped from mankind, or a brother like that, do we believe that he's gonna turn to the Most High at that point? I don't know, man. It's tough to say. It's really tough to say, man. And once again, shalom to everybody and peace and blessings to everybody who came in and who's watching the stream. Yes, my topic for today is running to God when all else fails, right? We're talking about that. We're talking about, how we are as people. I'm not just pointing the super rich and the, what I'm saying? I'm talking about everybody in general, right? We all tend to do that. We all tend to turn to God when things hit the fan, right? So please, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, right? Also, and hit the bell as well too, so that way you guys know when I'm coming on. I see a lot of people's coming in and late, but I just want to talk about it. Did I have another video for y'all? No, I didn't have another video for y'all. Now we're just talking, right? So now I'm gonna read 2 more scriptures. I'm in Deuteronomy. There's one. I want to read this scripture first. Deuteronomy 4:23. It says, "Take heed unto yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant of the Lord your God, which ye have made with you, and make you a graven image or the likeness of anything which the Lord thy God have forbidden thee." So that's one thing that the Most High always reminded the children of Israel, reminded our people, to take heed to yourself lest you forget him. And you place these idol things over him as gods over you. So now, this is why I asked the question, can men like that who have obviously set up certain idols over them, you know what I'm saying, and they worship these things. And can men like that receive the Most High? Because what are you? Because like, all right, for people who's searching for God, who's looking for God, who's looking for the Most High, why are we looking for the Most High? Because there's something in us that we need Him to fill, whatever it is, right? And for a lot of us, it was identity, right? And the Most High gave that to us. So because of that, we are indebted to Him. We are, you know what I'm saying? We follow Him. We see the extent of where he put us and where he's taken us from, and we say, you know what? For me not to go back, we acknowledge this. For me not to go back into that pit that I was in, let me actually follow what he's actually telling me to do, so that way he could continue to give me substance, bless me, and give me the things that I actually want, which is a kingdom. So now people who's already in their kingdom, they got the money, they got the flashy cars, they got 30 watches for every day of the week. They have a pile of money in a section talking about something. This is the 20s section. What? That's beyond vain and redundant. Not redundant, but ridiculous. Like what? Can men like this, like that, do they need the Most High? Are they looking for the Most High, bro? Like, so this is the reason why we gotta talk about it, because us as a people, we can't allow this lifestyle, and as much of and how busy our lives actually are, we can't allow the vanities of this life overtake our minds to the point where we're so in tune with and what's crazy is some of us be so in tune with what's going on in the world more than we are with the scriptures, more than we are with prophecy. Some of us, it's crazy. But you guys have to understand that this is how, the devil actually set this realm up. Let me flood you guys with all these distractions. Matter of fact, let me make you chase all these false accolades that don't really mean anything. I mean, you can obtain it if you want. You could go and get degrees. You know what I'm saying? Go get your degree. Go and get, get your careers, your pensions, your 401k, you save all this money, buy this big old house. And it's like we're running a race that there's no winners at the end of it. So this system has actually been set up to try to run a race where there's no winners. There's no real winners at the end of the race. As you're racing it, as you're running the race, you feel like, yeah, I'm winning right now. I got all of this. Yeah, look at me. I'm doing it. I'm doing better than him. I'm doing better than her. But at the end of it, did you really win? Christ said, yo, what profit is a man for him to gain the world? Let me show this. Profit is it for a man to gain the world, then at the end to lose his very soul. So a lot of us be rich with the world and not rich towards the Most High. And I had to, confession area. I actually had to analyze that of myself too. There were certain times where I was being rich towards the world and not really rich towards the kingdom. And when I realized that, I said to myself, you know what? Let me take a step back. I'm doing too much. Let me go back to what I'm called to do. Because sometimes we all human, bro. We all get caught up. We all get carried away in vanity. And the thing is, vanity is not evil. A lot of us think that vanity is bad. No, vanity is a portion of a man's life or a woman's life. You are allotted some form of vanity. You know what? Let me read it. so you guys could understand what I'm saying. I want you guys that I'm just saying something. So Solomon, in all his wisdom, right? The Most High allowed him to be very rich, not just in wisdom, not just in understanding, but he was very rich, like wealth, like the house that Solomon built. If Solomon was to see Rick Ross' house, he would probably laugh. He would laugh at it. The house that he built, and the house that he was living in, and the wealth that he had. Solomon would laugh at these brothers. So Solomon had money. He had wealth. And he analyzed his life and was like, yo, all this is vanity. It's vain. Right? So let me show you this. I want to read this. So and if you guys get a chance, read not the Wisdom of Solomon, but read the book of Ecclesiastes to get some understanding, to really understand, like, okay, a lot of the things that we chase is not really, it doesn't mean anything. We weren't created to chase a lot of the things that we chase. Some of us spend our whole lives in school to just end up being in debt. A lot of us spend years in these certain professions to retire and can't even enjoy it because you're in pain. High blood pressure. You have something wrong with you because you gave your all to that position. Right? So we got to be we got to understand and be able to balance. It's what's called balance, right? So here's this. I'm in Ecclesiastes 2:21. He says, "For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity. Yet to a man that hath not labored therein shall he leave it for his portion." Right? This is also vanity, but this is not what I wanted to get. I wanted to get this one. Here it goes. Ecclesiastes 3. And 20. I'm gonna start at verse 20. Listen to this. He said, "All go into one place." This is after Solomon was old in age. He'd had it all: women, money, you name it, gold, everything, land, houses, right? He says, "All go into one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again." That's all, man. Rich, poor, you name it. We all gonna go into that, gonna become dust, right? He says, "Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward of the to the earth? Wherefore I perceive," listen to this, "wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man," listen to this, "there is nothing better," because we don't know when we're gonna die. That's what he's saying, right? All of us die to death. "There is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his works, in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him?" So is Solomon saying forget the Most High and just do what you want, live as you want? No. It's okay to enjoy the fruits of your own labor. You work hard, you know what I'm saying? You want to enjoy the finer things, do so. But when you fast forward to the end of this this message, Ecclesiastes 12:12, he says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter." Out of all the things that I spoke about in this book that he's saying, let's hit a conclusion of it. You know what? It's best that we fear the Most High and keep His commandments, because everything else is vanity. Because keeping His commandments is the whole duty of man, right? So yeah, man. Are we only running to the Most High when everything else fails? So we're gonna go to the call in line real quick. I'm only gonna take a few calls because it's already late. It's already 8 o'clock. I'm supposed to be getting ready for bed. That's how crazy my schedule is, y'all. Pray for me. Pray for me, right? And I'll pray for you guys, right? So that way the Most High can free up some of this time. But listen, let's go into the calls, right? Let's take some calls and let's see what's going on with you guys. Let's see what you guys think, right? Please be on top on a topic too, right? We're gonna talk about it. You know, and this is the question that I want you guys to answer. If you guys choose to call, and if you don't, we call it an early night until I see you again, right? Right? Do you guys find yourself running to God when everything else in your life fails? Let's talk about it. Call in. The number to call in is 646-439-6959. Let's get it. Okay, here we go. We got our first call already. Pick this up. Hey, shalom, shalom. Brother Tazalak. Hello, hello, hello.
Let me turn it down.
Yeah, turn it down a little bit. Or just pause it or whatever.
All right.
Oh. Hello? Shalom. What's going on? Now talk to me. So let me ask you, here's the question. Do you find yourself running to the Most High when everything else in your life fails?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think a lot of us do. I feel like, a lot of people, they have to like reach that point where they're kind of falling, or they're like flat on their back. I remember there was a saying that I heard from someone. I'm not really sure exactly who it was, but they told me that sometimes you got to fall flat on your back in order to look up.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
That was I can't take credit for it, but it was meant for me to hear that.
Right. And
you know what I mean?
Were you at a level where you was flat on your back?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's kind of funny that you brought up the thing where I didn't even really know that had happened to Dante West.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? I didn't even realize that. You know what I mean? But praise the Most High that he was actually able to ask the Most High to give him the opportunity, and then he would glorify him.
Right.
But
you see that?
Like for me, I lost relationship with my child. You know what I'm saying? And she was out of my life for 3 years. And sometimes it's like, okay, sometimes you have to you got to lose things in order to be like, okay, God, will you restore this? Will you amend this?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of points was broken out that when you have everything, you're not really looking towards the Most High.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when we're out there getting things, sometimes we forget that those blessings and those gifts actually come from the Most High. Because us as a people, we love to self-glorify ourselves.
Yeah. That's
It's like, oh,
curse.
you see what I did?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even when you look at Moses when they was in the wilderness, and the Most High told him to speak to the rock, and then he smote the rock twice, and he called him. I think he called them like names. He said, "Yo, should I fetch water for this rock?" You know what I'm saying? And he glorified himself. You know what I mean? But a lot of times we have that type of attitude where it's like, let me show you that I can do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, on my own. And then sometimes you hit that breaking point, and it's like, I can't do this on my own. But are you lucky and are you blessed enough to say, God, I can't do this on my own. I'm gonna turn everything over to you right now because I can't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people are so puffed up that they don't want to call on God, no matter what they're going through.
And but would you say that would be out of anger, or it's just like, yo, I got this myself?
A lot of times it's out of pride. It's out of pride. You know what I mean? People don't. People don't want to show recognition to anything but themselves.
Right. That's true too. Yeah, that's true, and that's the reason why the Most High said when I read earlier in Jeremiah 13, the pride. You know what I'm saying? To bring the pride down, and instead of being so prideful and glorifying yourself, glorify me before the darkness come on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what usually happens, right? Pride coming before the fall, right? So definitely, bro. I
mean, when I lost that relationship with my daughter, you know what I mean? It was kind of crazy, but you know what I mean? Now that relationship has been restored, I realized that it was only the Most High that could have restored that. You know what I mean?
So you basically went through a humbling phase.
Con. And I actually enjoy the fact that you're using your platform to go into scripture, because a lot more people need to see that when they're tuning into things like, wow, they're breaking open the scriptures. But if you want to consider everything, because I still had my life, right? But there was a point in time where my family, they made promises to me, and they're like, oh yeah, don't worry about your storage space. I'll take care of your storage space. And then I lost everything that was in the storage space. Things that I was looking forward to coming back to. But sometimes it's like the Most High is like, all right, I'm going to take this from you. I'm going to remove that from you. You don't need this. You don't need that. You can keep this. So sometimes you have to lose everything. But were these things that I actually needed at the time? Maybe. But anything the Most High feels that we need, He's going to restore.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tenfold, right.
But the main thing is that, yes, people are so prideful that they wait until things go completely bad to call on the Most High. It's just like when you have your parents always there for you, providing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're like, okay, let me show them that I could do this on my own. Let me show them I could do this. And then at some point in time, you're like, you know what, Mom, Dad, I need your help.
Yeah. You gotta humble yourself and be like, yo, I really can't do this. You know what I mean? Right. So that's a perfect example, because a lot of us think that we could do stuff on our own, and then when we fall, that's when we looking for help. But what I'm saying, what the main point is, we don't be going to the right help. You know what I'm saying?
God, to the main source of where even your parents get the help from.
Right. Exactly. So, yo, I really appreciate you for calling in. I'm gonna take this next call. You know what I mean?
Con.
So, I definitely appreciate you, Ak.
Praise the Most High.
Right, definitely. Shalom, Ak.
Shalom.
Stay tuned in. Hey, Shalom, 708 area code.
Blessings. This is Chicago area code.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom. We got Chicago in the house. What's going on?
Blessings, brother.
Who am I
just
speaking with?
calling in, chiming in. This your boy Yeshua.
Praise the Most High. Yeshua, Shalom.
Yes, sir. I was just wanting to add to what the brother was just saying, and first off, just give it, like it is, brother. We definitely appreciate brothers like you doing your thing, man. Keep on making it possible for us to connect with our Creator and good in this life. First off,
praise the Most High. All praises go back to the Father.
Yes, sir. I don't know. Just real quick, just to chime in a little bit what the brother said before. That's usually when we do find, the right help. Is when we've reached our limit to understanding what we could do. You know what I'm saying? That's when we really cry out to the to the Creator. You know what I'm saying? So, as long as we can remember that, that's the best way to help ourselves and other people. Because it don't give us room to go outside of what's necessary. Like he was just saying, that's what's necessary.
Right. And no, go ahead. Finish your point.
Sorry about that. And then the last point I want to make, if you look around, brother, you will see in the same sense. So I'm still speaking about what the brother said before. In that same sense, the world is crying out like a child now. Now, we've heard rumors that he's supposed to come back to the earth. We know prophecy. We see that it is in the days of Noah. Now, Yeshua is back on the planet, brother.
Right.
That's all I got for you, man. You got questions or
no. I'm hearing you, bro. But the earth is definitely crying out. I mean, the wars and rumors of wars. These are signs of his coming. You understand what I'm saying? And we understand, bro. Hyman, I see you. If I don't pick up, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm gonna get you on, Ak. But definitely, what we're seeing is what happens to society, or I'll say humanity, when you turn away from the Most High God. You feel what I'm saying? And
exactly.
This world is a prime example. What we're experiencing, all these events, all of these so-called tribulations, right, is a form of the Most High showing us this is what happens when you forget me. This is what happens when you turn away from me. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to speed that process up for everybody, brother. The transition is here. The hereafter is here. The last 3 pages of the Bible, if you take the time to just read those, brother, you'll see that most, if not all, things have happened. That's why we see it like this. There's no other options that all of us have experienced besides him returning to the earth.
Right.
And now, since that is really the only thing left, now we should turn our eyes to, look for him.
You're 100% right.
Blessings, brother. I know there's a lot of people calling in, but blessings. Just reach out to me, man. It's a spirit, it's an understanding and acknowledgement that's there, and that's all really that that truth from our Creator is waiting on.
Definitely.
I am to be acknowledged.
Right. We definitely could chop it outside of this platform, brother. I have your number right here.
Perfect.
Definitely. And if I don't get to you, you know what I'm saying? You get to me. You know what I'm saying? Send me a text or whatever the case is. All right. Bless you.
Blessings, brother.
All right. All right. We got Hyman here. Did he call? Hyman. I know I got to get my Ak on this. I'm gonna call you right now. I seen you calling.
Please leave your message for.
Oh, come on. You don't let it go to voicemail, Doc. What's going on out here? Right? So, yes. Shalom, everybody was coming in, right? Let me try to see if I call my Ak again. I seen you, Hyman. Officer Hyman is in that. Here you go. Shalom.
Oh, shalom. All praises be to the Most High, man.
Praise the
Powerful
Most High.
broadcast tonight, my brother.
All praises. Happy you tuned
All
in.
praises, man. Hey, all praises, man. Don't worry about, you calling me back, man. You can always reach me back when you're available.
Yeah.
I know you're busy, man. It's all right.
All praises.
Man, so let's get straight to the point, man. All praises. Yes, to some degree, all of us are guilty of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
That we come back to the Most High. We call on the Most High when our back is against the wall. To some degree, all of us are guilty of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a matter of us practicing to get better at understanding, you know what? We have to call on the Most High no matter what, in good times and bad times.
Right.
Because the Most High will try us. He will always try it. The
Yeah.
Most High always going to try you to see if you really love Him, if your heart is really with Him.
Right.
He's going to try you.
Mm-hmm.
And another point I want to bring forth, going back to Dante West, the vow he made with the Most High. Some of us may look at that video. Yeah, some of us may look at that video and say, you know what? I didn't really make a vow with the Most High. But guess what? As you were playing this, something came to me. When we went in the water, that was our vow. We are under that vow right now,
right?
Whether we understand it or not.
Mm-hmm.
When you got baptized, that's a vow,
right?
That you would follow Christ to your last breath. So we have to be very careful with this walk, and we should not let anything or anyone take us away from that vow, no matter what.
Right.
Remember your water baptism.
That's a covenant. That was an oath.
Yeah.
Praise the Most High for those powerful words, bro. Like, nah, definitely, bro. Like that right there is the same thing of what Dante West did. Not in so much words, but when we went into that water, yes, we did vow. We did make a vow that day. And if you go back on that vow, that's between you and the Creator, you and the Most High. Definitely appreciate you, Ak.
Appreciate you, soldier.
Definitely.
Bless you, man.
Bless you too. All right, my brother. Shalom. Right? Yeah, man. That's exactly where we at, man. We all guilty of this, man. None of us is perfect, bro. None of us is perfect. We all fall short in those areas where we could do better. You know what I'm saying? Where we could reach out to the Most High more. It's crazy that I'm saying that we have to reach out to Him more. Like, you know what I'm saying? He should be on our mind every day. That's why Psalms 1 said, "What blessed is the man who walk not in the counsel of the godly, of the ungodly, but nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in His law he meditates day and night." So that's something that we should be meditating day and night, right? Even if, and I always tell brothers and sisters this, right? I encourage brothers, like, even if you can't sit down and physically read the scriptures, have it playing. You know what I'm saying? If you drive to work, if you commute in, have it playing in the car, have the scriptures playing in the car. You know what I'm saying? If you commute, bus, train, have it in your ears. Don't just listen to music all the time, right? Sometimes you need that. Because sometimes in the morning, I wake up in the early morning, the first thing I want to do is not just play something real loud. It's early in the morning. What are you doing? Who you want to see you? You know what I'm saying? In your solitude moments in your car, you driving into work. You know what I mean? Have the scriptures playing. something spiritual just to get your day started. That keep your mind on the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Start like that. Say a prayer. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledge the Most High in everything, man, because we could all fall into calamity, and then we don't want that to be the time where we running and turn into the Most High. Like, yo, I'm down. Can you pick me up? And that's what the Most High was painting the picture in Jeremiah 13. Like, yo, you don't have to wait till you're on the floor for me to pick you up. That's what the Most High is saying. We don't have to wait until our backs is against the wall. That's not how the Most High intended our lives to be. Always remember that. And this is why, yes, I do appreciate this platform, because the world is moving into the sector of what they call mental health. This is actually helping our mental health right now. Having looking at problems that's going on in the world, addressing it, and us coming together and speaking about it. Like I said, this is not for me to just speak. This is a platform for everybody to speak and to let things off, because a lot of people be having a lot of things to say. I realize that a lot of people have a lot to get out, but we're not given the opportunity to speak. Like, when we come together on Shabbats, you know what I'm saying? It's usually a structure. You know what I'm saying? We read the law. You know what I'm saying? The choir come up, they sing, then the class begins. We go into the scriptures, the lesson commences, we pray out, and then, you know what I'm saying, we fellowshipping. But when it comes to the weightier matters, that things that people deal with, I really find it that a lot of people don't really have the opportunity to speak. So why not create a platform where people could be free and just talk? You know what I'm saying? No judgments. You know what I'm saying? Because we all on that same boat, paddling together. Some people fall off the boat. Some people don't make it. Some people don't work hard enough to make sure that the ship don't capsize. But we all paddling. We all paddling on the same boat, trying to get to the same destination. So why not use a platform so we could all help each other spiritually, right? Praise the Most High for that. And once again, I appreciate you guys for coming in. If this is your first time on this channel, please help me out. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the likes. Definitely the bell for notifications. So when I go live, you'll get the notification that I'm live, and everybody could be on, and we could just make this one big old, thing, right? But praise the Most High, man. The topic was definitely on point. Like I said, I didn't want to be. I'm not gonna be on too long. It's about to be past my bedtime for this week. This week I'm working some crazy hours, bro. But nonetheless, it got to get done. And Most High is holding it down, man. The Most High is providing for each and every one of us, man. You know what I'm saying? Give a praise, give a yada, a higher praise the Most High for allowing us. What I just said in the Hebrew was praise the Most High, which is his name in the Hebrew tongue, right? Yada, which means praise, Ahaya, which is his name. So, praise the Most High for all of that, right? Praise the Most High for you brothers and sisters coming in and partaking in this conversation, right? All your feedback was definitely a blessing, very encouraging, right? Bless you all, right? Yeah, man. And I'm looking forward to more conversations like this. I'm looking forward, because like I said, people need the opportunity to speak, right? And I mean, and if there's area to correct, there'll be correction, whatever the case is. But people need to vent. People need to express themselves, because why? Just to throw this out there, because that's what these spirits actually want. They want people to remain in the dark. They want whatever you dealing with. They want that joint to remain inside, so that way you can never shed light on whatever darkness is in your life, so that darkness could fester, and once it comes out, what I'm saying, it might be to no return. It might be, what I mean, but you have the power to release whatever it is that you're dealing with, and to call it out, so that way you could be healed. And that's mental health. That's what they don't want people to know. You know what they say? You know what? It's okay. I got these drugs. I'll prescribe you with some drugs, and all those bad thoughts will go away. That's how they paint the picture. But yet, yeah, if you experience heart attack, rash, severe rash, hives, please call your doctor immediately. What? So I gotta go through all of that just to deal with mental health, when I could just find somebody that I can confide in and speak and release that stress, right? But praise the Most High, like I said, the water for everybody coming in. Shalom, shalom. I appreciate you guys coming in, man. What's say? I'm about to say a Tuesday night. Today is a Thursday night. We got one more day, right, before the Shabbat. All right, how many of you excited for the Shabbat to come in, man? Praise the Most High, the day of rest, where we get to rest. And look, I want to encourage brothers and sisters too, man. Listen, I really want to encourage y'all to remember not to forsake the assembling of yourselves one to another, right? When Christ was on the earth healing people and saving people and rebuking spirits, he didn't do that for everybody to just go back to their own lives. He did that to gather them, right? And we're commanded to gather, especially on the Sabbath, because on the Sabbath days is feast days. It's a feast. It's a feast where we all come together and rejoice in the Most High. Right. So, as we see the days approaching, what that mean, as we see the end of all this is happening, we see all these wars, rumors of wars, we see these mandates, we see everything that's taking place on the earth. You're going to need solid brothers and sisters to hold you down when things hit the fan. Now imagine you didn't take the opportunity to do so, and you was just behind, you was just on social media, just scrolling and teaching yourself. That's very dangerous, guys. So please, please find a local body to gather in a Christ church, right? I'm gonna promote our church on this platform. So, and even if it's not our church, right? Find people that you can connect with, so that way you could be in a right frame of mind when things are going crazy, and you can make proper decisions for you and your family, right? Yeah. So once again, I appreciate you guys for coming in. I appreciate the calls too. Everybody who called in, right? And if you wanted to call in and you didn't, you're probably too shy. Next time, right? Next time you'll call, right? So that we could break these barriers together. So praise the Most High. I appreciate you, family. I love you all. Thank you guys for supporting this channel. And let me know. Also, let me know in the comments. So sometimes I go back and I read the comments, whatever the case is. Let me know. Some topics that you guys want to discuss, man, because like I said, these topics be coming up because honestly, earlier this week, I didn't know what I wanted to talk about this week until I seen that video. So it usually be a situation, a scenario that'll jog something in my mind. And I'm like, you know what, this is something that we should all talk about because it's stuff that we all go through. So if there's something that you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, you want some clarity on, or you just want to express yourself, put it in the comments, man, and let me know. And then I'll, we'll create a show and we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And if you brave enough, I'll send you a Zoom link and you could join the Zoom and we'll have your face and we'll talk. We'll talk it out. That's gonna be the next phase of this. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start setting up a Zoom. I've done it before with some of the brothers as a test, but I'll set up a Zoom call. I'll send you guys the Zoom link and we'll talk. Right? Let's do this thing, man. Let's grow this thing together. So once again, peace and blessings. Shalom. You could have been anywhere on a Thursday night, but you're here on the Born of Levi experience. And I appreciate you. Until next time, same channel. I don't know what time, but I'm going to be on. That's why you see, and this is why it's very important to hit the bell, because sometimes I don't be knowing what time I'm going to come on. Like I came on at 6 today. I don't usually come on that early, but hit the bell, guys. Get that notification. And let's keep in touch, right? So if all that being said, shalom, peace and blessing. Love you all. Peace.